Then there's O.J. Joe, rounding up oranges for Kellogg's, where they'll take the sweet juice and put it into new O.J.'s, a crunchy, delicious orange tasting cereal. Let's eat 'em up.
That's one delicious orange taste, O.J.
That's my brand. O.J.'s are packed with vitamin C, part of this complete breakfast. New O.J.
No.
The delicious orange tasting cereal.
Hold 'em out.
Channel 13, KCOP, Los Angeles.
Something very strange going on in this house.
Every family is entitled to its own little secrets.
It's no secret that we're bewitched. Weekdays at 5 on Channel 13.
You called, oh square one.
Don't go away, because Robotech's coming right back.
Call it master power. Some guys got it, some guys don't. Skeletor's got this creep Spydor.
It's awful. Scary. Very.
When Spydor's legs crawl into sight, you better step aside, because he also bites. Maybe he'll get you. Maybe he won't. He's got master power. Some guys got it, some guys don't.
Got it?
Spydor's new for the masses of the youth is assembly to do. You need batteries, too. Other action figures sold separately. From Mattel. Got it?
Hey, it's really like that.
Introducing Blaster. He looks like an innocent radio, but transformed, he's the powerful Autobot communicator.
Optimus Prime to Blaster. Watch out for Soundwave.
Robots in disguise.
Is Soundwave a best side? Blaster and Prime will stop him.
The Transformers.
The Transformers, each sold separately from Hasbro.
It's bigger than life. It defies the laws of gravity and nature, and it's coming your way. The one, the only, greatest show on Earth, Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, featuring the world's greatest animal trainer and the sensation of the ages, the living unicorn. Ringling Brothers and Barnum and Bailey Circus, America's entertainment legend, where seeing is believing.
Now through Tuesday, August 6th at the Anaheim Convention Center and coming to the LA Sports Arena August 8th through the 18th.
Up here, I won't go cuckoo for my favorite cereal, Cocoa Puffs. It's a scrumptious part of this good breakfast.
Oh, Sonny.
Huh?
Wants a puff puff Cocoa Puffs?
Yahoo! I'm cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
And now free with 2 proofs of purchase from any of these General Mills cereals and 1 from Stompers Cars and Trucks. You can get a free Stomper 4x4. With headlights and 4-wheel drive, your Stomper could go almost anywhere.
Robotech is back now.
A brief Robotech intermission is required for these urgent messages.
With Alphabet cereal, you can win this robot.
Congratulations. Wait for me. Thank you. Begin game. You are out.
It's the Alphabet Robot Instant Winner Game. Millions will enter. 50 kids win.
For you.
If you look inside specially marked boxes of post-Alphabet cereal for 2 laser stickers, one could say you win a Max Steel. Or for free entry, write box 1740, New York, New York.
I like you.
The GoBot invasion continues.
Don't get 'em, little one.
GoBots, the GoBots. New characters join your GoBot friends in 5 new Sunday adventures. New action, new excitement. New GoBots, new danger. The all-new challenge of the GoBots.
I hate spiders.
Robotech shall now resume transmission.
On the planet Symbion, an experiment fails, creating a strange new race, the Sectors. Leading the forces of good is night-fighting Dargon with his glow-in-the-dark insectoid Parafly. An invisible warrior that flies night missions and launches surprise attacks against evil Sectors. In the continuing battle for survival, collect night-fighting Dargon and all the warriors. Sectors by Coleco.
Here comes the GoBot Command Center.
Your parents put it together.
Oh.
You can change it to a Landwalker and a mighty fortress. 9-volt battery not included. GoBot sold separately.
enemy go about attacking. Now to capture master control. Leader 1, try to conquer the world now. You are grounded, Coptor.
The GoBot Command Center. Leader 1 and Coptor each sold separately. From Tonka.
The ultimate threat to the universe is here.
I am Hordak, and this is my evil horde. Your evil even scares me, Hordak, my friend. The evil horde has no friends.
The Evil Horde, new from the Masters of the Universe collection. All figures each sold separately.
Let me out of here!
From Mattel.
You can do it. You can do the Pac-Man cereal with Pac-Man marshmallows. You can open wide. Gobble up a ghost there hiding inside. You can do it.
Packed with marshmallows and corn puffs, Pac-Man cereal's part of a good breakfast.
You can do the Pac-Man.
And now, free with reproofs from Pac-Man Cereal, you can get the Construction Company Sampler Set with the blocks that lock to build a plane or a robot or, well, it's free from Pac-Man Cereal.
We've got Lucky Corner with his Lucky Charms.
Oh, I'll make a sailboat and off I'll go with my Lucky Charms magic. Blow in, blow. Always after me crunchy oat cereal with a rainbow of marshmallow surprises. Pink hearts, orange stars, yellow moons, green clovers, blue diamonds, and pepper hot shoes. A magically delicious part of this complete breakfast.
I know how to get Lucky back.
I'm real embarrassed.
Trust the Lucky Charms.
They're magically delicious.
An incredible secret is revealed when innocent-looking vehicles and ordinary men become an awesome fighting team. It's the secret of Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
Surrender the microfilm.
Mask vehicles each sold separately with action figures.
Nothing can stop me.
Switchblade attacks.
Wings out.
Rhino retaliates. Saddle creates a diversion. Rhino reveals its hidden firepower.
Gotcha.
Mask, where illusion is the ultimate weapon.
Ah.
Robotech is back now.
Robotech shall return after these messages.
I didn't know you had a new baby in the family.
These are the birth announcements.
Well, what's her name?
I named her Melissa. She's my real baby.
Everything about her.
Are you babysitting today?
She's my sleepy real baby.
Oh, she's a doll.
Real baby. Everybody got an announcement about your real baby except me. But you get to hold her. Wow, she feels so real.
Real baby and sleepy real baby, each with 5 birth announcements from Hasbro.
Grimace, here's some happy news about McDonald's Happy Meal.
Now, instead of a hamburger, you can get
a chicken McNugget
with regular fries and regular soft drink.
Oh boy, they should be on the front page.
They already are.
When you buy a McDonald's Crazy Creatures Happy Meal, you get one of 4 different 3-piece Tommy Popoid sets. All 4 sets combined, decorated with cutouts from boxes, make Crazy Creatures.
I made a Dragonoid.
Crazy Creatures Happy Meal at participating McDonald's.
This monitor shall now return to Robotech.
Gleaming in the morning light, home of Shira shining bright. Crystal Castle. You put it together, Shira sold separately. You can pretend. Magic things shine everywhere, cause it has a secret power. Lifted high on her throne, Shira saves the world alone. The fate of the world safe in Crystal Castle, Princess of Power. Crystal Castle comes with everything you see here. Shira dolls sold separately. New from Mattel.
There goes Glover! Ward tried to pass in midair and Glover cut him off. Now Ward comes back and hammers again at Glover. And Ward drives Glover to the outside. Jeff Ward wins it.
The Rose Bowl track this year is no bed of roses, and the checker flag's got my name on it.
Well, don't send your application to the Hall of Fame yet, Glover.
Yeah, well, I hope you enjoyed the halftime show, because that's about as much fun as you're going to have.
See Ward and Glover now tied in the points race, battle it out on a track just like the Coliseum. Miller Supercross Finals, Rose Bowl, Saturday, August 17th, 6:30. Tickets now at Ticketmaster, Super Shop, and Suzuki News.
Hot kids, give it all you got. Hot kids, you kids, so cool that you're hot.
Kool-Aid! You forgot the pitcher.
yeah. Kool-Aid is for hot kids like you. Kool-Aid is for hot kids like you.
Time for breakfast.
Okay. It's here. Marshmallows and chocolate graham crackers together in new S'mores Crunch cereal. A fantastic part of this complete breakfast.
Breakfast?
Yeah.
You finally made it.
Hilarious, guys. It's really here. S'mores Crunch.
Where'd that come from?
New S'mores Crunch. Like a dream come true.
Welcome, everyone. It's good to see you guys. Happy Friday. I hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. Very beginning start to your weekend. I have my plans this evening. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Which reminds me, I may have to I'll probably have a delivery at the door somewhere in the middle of the stream. And I'll have to step away for a second to go grab that. But in the meantime, I'm all yours. And we are going to go over a few things. Man, crazy day today on YouTube and in the true crime community. Two court hearings, very major court hearings. The first one was this morning, and it was Sarah Boone, who a while back had stuffed her boyfriend in a suitcase. I believe I went over that footage, and she stuffed her boyfriend in a suitcase, and he died as a result. And she sat there taunting him and filming it with her phone. And now, although now we will get to see a little bit of footage from the Ruby Franke hearing today. Josh from the Dad Challenge podcast was live covering that, even though he did not stream it because he was instructed not to stream it. Everyone was instructed not to stream it. As I was watching the Dad Challenge podcast's live stream today, I was trying to help moderate his chat as best as I could, but there were at one point, I believe, 24,000 people in that chat. 24,000 just in the chat. Insane. That chat was flying. He slowed down the chat as fast as he could, and the chat was flying. Not a whole lot I could have done, and there were only a couple of us in there. But luckily, the thing is this is why I love you guys. I believe that, and I've said this many times, that a creator's chat is generally a reflection of that creator. And so I always feel very privileged that I have you guys, because you guys are always like really cool in my chat, man. It went up to 30K after. Wow. Yeah, that's insane. I don't think I've ever seen anybody with that many in their chat. But the thing is it's well deserved. And I think he gained like another 4,000 or 5,000 new subs just from that stream too. And that's absolutely 150% well deserved. And the reason why I say that is because Josh from the Dad Challenge podcast has been exposing family vloggers, not just 8 Passengers, but family vloggers generally who do what 8 Passengers does and did. He's been covering them for years. He's been covering just 8 Passengers alone for the past 3 years minimum. So extremely well deserved. And I love to see when somebody's hard work like Josh's. I mean, Josh puts out videos almost daily when it comes to exposing family vloggers and their exploitation of their own children. So that's a really, really important thing that he does. I've always supported him in this. Many of you have as well. His channel has grown substantially just from that. But, you know, this horrible thing taking place. Now, this is the thing. What we have to understand is one might look at it like, oh my God, well, you know, because his haters will say something like, oh, well, the only reason Josh is blowing up so much now is because a woman, he's capitalizing off a woman and her business partner beating up on kids and hurting kids. That's not what happened at all. These people, I believe, were always doing this to some degree, and Josh was onto it, and he was exposing their shady, shitty behavior for quite a while, and it just so happened that they got caught. So finally, they got caught. It's not that his channel blew up because somebody abused kids. His channel blew up because he exposed people who were eventually going to get caught and did. Simple. So I don't want to hear any of that. Oh man, Josh, Josh just got lucky because somebody beat up their kid. What? That's just insane. That's ridiculous. Josh has worked really, really hard to build his channel, and he's built his channel simply by doing something extremely noble with it. So give me 1 second here, folks. Okay, I'm sorry about that. So yeah, he did something extremely noble with his channel. He chose to do something really good, and he built his platform and never wavered from it that way. And Josh deserves so much recognition for having exposed these people for what they are and educating people on the dangers of family vlogging. So big shout out to Josh, man. Big shout out to Josh. So let's give Josh a round of applause. Yes. Yes. Okay. So what's up, Morbit? Morbit's in the chat. Yeah, so we're gonna before we get into this to the Ruby Franke and God, why does her name always slip my mind? Ugh. Jesus. Anyway, whatever. I'll remember it later. So before we get into the Ruby Franke stuff, we are going to go over the Sarah Boone hearing from earlier today. This thing is, man, this case is so bizarre. I can't help but laugh about it. I know it seems shitty. I know it seems unempathetic. You know, I realize that this poor guy, he died. He was, you know, he was killed, and he should not have been. He should not have been put in that suitcase. He should have never got into the suitcase. Honestly, I know people are going to be like, "You're victim blaming," blah blah blah. He should. You're never catching me get into a suitcase when I'm with someone as vindictive as this person. This is poor alcohol decisions. This is what this case has written all over it to me, based on you know, especially her demeanor and her behavior. This is a very manipulative person. This is a very vindictive person. And this was clearly, from what I understand about this relationship, very toxic from both sides. So, but the fact that the dude got into a suitcase willingly, and they were supposedly playing hide and go seek. Yeah, these are people who shouldn't be drinking. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to play this hearing. And her trial just keeps getting pushed back. She's pled not guilty. I mean, it's very, very clear to me that she was malicious in her actions. She could have absolutely let him out of the suitcase at any given time, and she was enjoying the fact that he was in there, claiming that he couldn't breathe. She was enjoying this, and she was vindictive, and she was trying to justify leaving him in there by claiming, "What about all those times that you hit me? What about all those times this happened? Blah 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 blah." So this was just, you know, a mess. But now, yeah, it's Crazy Lady Friday. Absolutely. So let's get into this court hearing real quick of Sarah Boone before we get into the Ruby Franke stuff. Wait, just before we do that, wait. Oh my God.
I think we got a super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Grandmaster Sid Sophos, thank you so much. The Glare and his 300 Spartans. This is Sparta. I love it. Thanks, bro. Appreciate you. So yes, that is our friend. Who knew that our friend Ryan Upchurch could dance so well? Who knew he had the moves? I never get tired of it. Let's watch this hearing for Sarah Boone. This was it was set to be a pretrial hearing, but it turns out that it is not. It turns out it did not turn out to be, and it makes itself obvious as to why fairly quickly. So, and of course, this happens in Florida, in Betty's neck of the woods. All right. I don't need to hear that person typing. Let's just get to the hearing.
The judge, the assistant state attorney.
All right, here we go. And the volume's all the way up, so if the volume's bad, I apologize.
Attorneys reach out to Mr. Cacciatore and see if they object to you standing in on the motion to withdraw.
Judge, I do see Mr. Cacciatore online.
Correct.
It's just virtually.
He's going to be able to see us doing work. He's not going to be able to hear us doing work.
I'll call him, Judge.
Okay, thank you.
Judge, also JAC is on the line.
They are.
That's on the motion for appointment of the expert.
I understand. Thank you, though.
This poor guy needs a walker. I feel so bad for this guy. Now, I want you guys to know, it's a fun fact about this case. This gentleman with the walker is Sarah Boone's 6th attorney in this case. Her 6th court-appointed attorney. Her 6th public defender. Think about that. No, it's the 6th. I looked it up. I'm actually right about that. Unless Court TV's wrong. That's my source. Yeah, it says 6th attorney withdraws 6 hours ago. Right, exactly, Annie. Holy shit. Die spider. All right, let's get
Chief Cacciatore on behalf of the state.
Franke.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you shall give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Can I have JAC announce themselves as well?
Yes, Audrey Moore for JAC.
All right. So we have multiple matters scheduled
yeah, it
this
was
morning.
Totally a spider.
One of
Did y'all
which
see that?
is Mr.
I just fucking killed the
Banquett's
spider that was
motion
just
to
trying to, like,
withdraw. My
down on
reading of
me.
the
I was
law
like,
is I feel like I have to
killed it
address
with
that
my
motion
cigarette.
first and rule on that before I can address any other motions that would be heard today. So, Mr. Banquets, I'll start with you. Tell me why you're moving to withdraw.
Judge, the letters that have been coming to your honor, the derogatory berating of my services in this case, I can't effectively represent her. She doesn't trust me.
Bro, just the look of this guy, dude. Just the look of this guy tells me that he can't, like, his health isn't up to par to deal with being insulted by somebody who he's trying to help. Unbelievable.
She calls me a dud, I think, a buffoon.
A dud.
On and on and on and on. And no one should have to endure that type of
I agree, man. Good for
derogatory
you.
comments and expect to effectively represent someone.
See, I wonder if this is her 6th or 7th, as you guys are saying, if this is her 6th or 7th attorney that is representing her, then why then, like, all it tells me is that this is what she does with all her attorneys. But it also, yes, thank you, Gina F. Told y'all. I know I'm wrong sometimes, but told y'all. Anyway, yeah, this new guy who he's going to name, he's already going to appoint somebody else right there on the bench, and that's going to be her 7th. So, but I'm wondering if she's just another Letitia Stout in the sense that she is just using manipulation tactics to stall the inevitable. I mean, the evidence against her is pretty overwhelming, you know? I mean, the evidence against her is pretty overwhelming. So, I mean, there's video footage of her just basically like, yeah, you can't breathe. I don't care. Too bad. You hit me. And she filmed it. She took pleasure in watching this. So, yeah, clearly abusive. Absolutely. So I'm wondering if what she's doing is just like, if she's using this, you know, going through different attorneys, because she has the right. She has the right to have a court-appointed attorney. All right, Corinne, go geek out at Duty Ron's. But before you go,
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad. I think.
Later, dude, going to geek out at Duty Ron's. Well, thank you for being here anyway. I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. So,
especially in emergency.
Yeah, so I'm wondering if she's deliberately going through these attorneys in order to manipulate the court system, and because she has the right to a court-appointed attorney. I don't know if there's a law where there's a cap on how many attorneys you can go through. I don't know if there's even a cap for that. So I'm just kind of wondering here if she's aware of this and just continues to just stall the inevitable. Right. That's a good point too. She does not have the right to abuse her counsel. And I'm wondering if this judge, and I used to think, and because I'm honestly not wondering this now, but I used to think that that these these judges, man, when they're giving so much leeway, that if they're just soft, you know, but learning from the Darrell Brooks trial, and seeing judges just be extremely patient, seeing the judge in the Letitia Stout trial be extremely patient with her behavior during the trial. I'm wondering if I'm beginning to believe that it's more of a judge just trying to avoid them being able to file for an appeal. You know, I mean, they always appeal when they're convicted. If they have decent representation, they'll always appeal. But I feel like it's an effort, or I feel like on the judge's part, it's an effort to minimize them being able to actually pull off the appeal, to get the appeal granted. So we'll just have to see.
In a murder case.
Ms. Boone, I read your letter dated August 26, 2023, and your letter dated August 30th, 2023. And just so we're clear, I read all of the letters that you send to the court. Whether I respond or not is based on what's in the letter and whether I'm asked to actually do something that's within my purview as a judge or not. If I understand correctly, you have now decided that you think it would be best, in fact, if Mr. Bankwitz was allowed to withdraw. Is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And you understand by him withdrawing, I'll have to appoint another attorney. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
And that attorney is not standing here, so we're not going to be able to address, and I'll give the state a chance to talk to me as well. But assuming I grant this, we won't be able to address the other issues that were docketed for today, which means I'm going to have to reset your case for a later date. Do you understand that?
I'm not sure what items it is you're speaking of. I haven't received a copy yet of the letter.
So we're having a hearing today in regards to authorization for payment for an expert that your attorney believes he needs to defend you and the issue about the compensation of that expert, which is why JAC is participating today. I don't know if your next lawyer is going to think that that expert's the right person to use, or whether they're going to go a different route after consulting with you. And even if they did, they're not standing here. And once Mr. Bankwitz is out, he's out. He can't argue the motion. So do you understand that?
I fully understand.
All right. Mr. Cacciatore, normally the state takes no position in these issues, but there are limited circumstances.
So this is one thing we also have to understand, folks, is whenever there's a new attorney appointed, then that attorney, the new attorney that's appointed, they're fresh to the case. They have to put together their own case. They have to put together their own defense. So every time that this happens, the trial dates that were set are always going to be pushed back, because there was a trial date set for October already, and now it's going to be set for December because this new attorney has to become familiar with the case and be able to represent her efficiently.
Circumstances when the state doesn't take a position. So are you taking a position on this motion withdrawal, Mr. Cacciatore?
No, this would be one of those times where we would be not taking a position.
All right. So I'm going to grant Mr. Bankwitz's motion to withdraw. I'm going to appoint, let me find my list, Attorney Winston Hobson to represent Ms. Boone. In regards to the other matters scheduled today, I'm going to take no action on them at this time until Mr. Hobson can, well, in regards to the motion involving JAC, I'm simply going to take no action on that motion at this point in time until Mr. Hobson has a chance to review it and determine whether he wants to proceed with that motion. I will address the pretrial because today was also supposed to be pretrial. Here's what we'll do. Let me just get my calendar up.
Winston Hobson, dude, my man was like, what?
As far as pretrial conference, I'm going to set this case for pretrial conference on Tuesday, November 28th, and a trial period starting Monday, December 11th. I think any earlier period of time would be unrealistic for Mr. Hobson to get on board, get up to speed with the discovery, and determine how he wants to proceed in regards to any experts. But I will set a status hearing on the case prior to that.
Yeah, and this sucks because I was worried. Like, people keep asking me, are you going to cover the Sarah Boone trial, right? People keep asking me this. Are you going to cover the Sarah Boone trial? Claire, please tell me you're going to cover the Sarah Boone trial. And I'm like, well, yeah, I plan to. But the thing is I wasn't sure, right? I wasn't sure because I have some life-changing plans coming up, and those got postponed, but they were going to happen this month, between this month and next month, and I wasn't sure if I was going to what my situation was going to be exactly, and how much time I was going to be able to put into it, et cetera, et cetera. And those plans got postponed to the end of the year, and now I'm like, well, because at that point I was like, yeah, I'm totally going to cover the Sarah Boone trial, but now those plans got postponed to around the time where this trial got postponed to, and now, yeah, so it's still up in the air. I want to. I have every intention of doing so, just no promises. But I will do my absolute best to do so. No, she'll have representation, Nicole B. She's definitely gonna have her. She just got appointed a new attorney. Winston Hobson is now her new attorney.
So the status hearing on the case, Monday, October 30th, 2023 at 10 a.m. That'll be for the purpose of making sure that Mr. Hobson's on board, some sense of where he thinks things are, how realistic he thinks the November pretrial is, any other matters I need to address with him at that time. Now, Ms. Boone, in just a minute, they're going to take you back to the Orange County Jail. I'm going to suggest that you talk to Mr. Hobson about the various other issues you raised in your letter dated August 30th, 2023. One other thing I want to talk to you about, we had this conversation once in the past. Clearly, your working relationship with Mr. Banquets was such that it deteriorated to the point where the two of y'all just couldn't work together to defend your case. So I'm not going to try to referee how that played out, why that unfolded the way it did. But one thing I want to caution you about, if this becomes a problem on another court-appointed attorney, I'm going to look more closely.
I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Go Ryan. Go Ryan. Thank you, Paige Matthews. I found my home here. Good. I'm glad. Welcome home. Welcome home.
Disputes are, you have a right to a court-appointed lawyer. There are certain decisions a defendant gets to make in the defense of their case that are absolutely theirs, such as whether they go to trial or not, such as whether they testify or not. But there are many decisions in a case that a lawyer gets to make. And while you certainly have a right to consult with your lawyer and discuss with your lawyer, they don't automatically just do whatever you say. They use their professional judgment and experience and look at the evidence, look at the law, and do the best they can. Also, you've got court-appointed counsel. As I've explained to you before, court-appointed counsel rarely have the luxury of representing one person and only having one case to focus on. I have concerns that your expectations of what any court-appointed counsel might do as far as spending time with you and the depth and degree of communication may be unrealistic expectations. You always have the right.
I'm gonna use that overused term in our community because I feel like it may apply here. I'm not saying, because I'm not a doctor, I don't like to diagnose people with anything because I'm just not qualified. But I think narcissism is possibly something to consider here, being a factor. I mean, because if she honestly thinks, like, apparently she thinks that her attorneys don't spend enough time on her case, and her attorneys don't spend enough time talking to her, because her situation is the only one that matters. Obviously, all the publicity has probably gone to her head. So what we're looking at here is probably somebody who's just just narcissistic. I don't know, but it sure as hell looks like it, though, doesn't it? That's all I'm saying. I mean, me. I don't have money for an attorney, so I'm obligated, or the court is obligated, because of my rights to an attorney, to appoint me one. And so once that attorney comes and works on my case, well, then they work for me, and they have to do everything that I say, and they have to do everything that I expect them to do when I expect them to do it. When normally a public defender has a shit ton of people they have to defend. That's why a court-appointed attorney is normally not the best defense you're going to get, because they don't have the luxury of just focusing on your case and your case alone.
To retain a lawyer to represent you, and then that's between you and that lawyer. You can demand whatever expectations that you have as part of that agreement. But when it's a court-appointed lawyer, you have to accept and understand that they have other cases, other courtrooms, other responsibilities. And I'm cognizant of that when I'm addressing these types of issues about communication. So that's just food for thought. Nothing to do today. I don't need a response from you. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of that.
Yeah, save it.
About that.
I don't want to hear it.
Proceeded forward. So again, the court minutes reflect that I'm court continuing pretrial. I have granted a motion withdrawal. I have appointed Ms.
Okay, so before he lays out the dates and everything like that, yes, I saw that, Nicole B. Yes. Yeah, and the I'm just kidding defense. I was just kidding defense is hardly a defense. So it's hardly a defense. So Ryan, don't do it.
I think we got a super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. Super cat. Super cat. Super cat. I think we got a super cat. I think we got a.
Scarlet Summer, thank you so much. A little painting, a lot of wine, and a bit of "Come Find Me in the Suitcase." I just got zipped into Wowzer. Quite a date, right? Yes, Scarlet Summer. Thank you very much. So, yeah, the I was just kidding defense is hardly a defense. I just don't see that flying. You can't sit there and say, well, well, yeah, that's me filming. That's me with my phone recording him, video recording him, begging to get out, telling me he can't breathe, and me saying that I'm leaving you in there because of all the times you beat me, and I'm going to bed, and then go to bed and pass out, and then the dude wakes up dead, or doesn't wake up, but turns up dead in the morning, and then you get to be like, oh, but I was just kidding. I was just messing around. I didn't mean for him to die. That's not gonna fly, man. I'm a poet and didn't know it.
Mr. Hobson to represent the defendant, and I'm taking no action on the motion, the ex parte motion for cost directed where GAC is responding. Ms. Boone will be returned to the Orange County Jail pending disposition of her case.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Am I able to say anything?
I mean, what a horrible way to die, dude. Like, I can't imagine, like, Jesus. Oh, no. Ryan, you're on fire tonight, bro.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad. I think.
Lisa Holdom's, thank you so much. Tech fails another criminal. Yeah, it absolutely does. Man, all right. So so this trial's not even gonna even start or begin to even not until December, folks. So we're gonna have to wait a little while longer. And the court's gonna have to deal with more of Sarah Boone's bullshit. And yeah. It'll probably get delayed further. I mean, I wonder what this new attorney's going to do. You know, but now we're going to move on. We're going to move on to the Franke stuff. And before now, yesterday I played portions of the 911 call that took place. That had law enforcement actually show up and place these two women under arrest. Jody Hillibert, is that her name? Jody Hillibert. And Ruby Franke. And so I always forget the other one's name. But Hildebrandt, thank you so much. Jody Hildebrandt. I don't get mad at me because I can't remember that woman's name. She doesn't deserve the respect of me remembering her name. She's an insignificant person. So we are going to we're going to go over the entire 911 call. The entire 911 call had not been released when I got a hold of it. I only had portions of it, but the entire 911 call has been released since I was live yesterday, and we're going to go over the entire thing. So all right.
911, the address of your emergency. Okay, and the phone number you're calling from? Tell me exactly what's happened.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. And he's said he just came from a neighbor's house, and we know there's been problems at this neighbor's house. He's emaciated. He's got tape around his legs. He's hungry, and he's thirsty.
Okay. Is your door locked?
No, I'm sitting outside with him on the front patio.
Okay, cool.
And he asked us to call the police. So he's very afraid. What's your last name?
Okay, so it's funny because I mean, well, not funny, haha, but it's strange that he hold on a second. All right. All right. Yeah, we're not doing drama in my chat. So Queen Bella, I'm sorry. I thought you knew better, but you know,
Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out!
we're not doing it. We're not fucking doing it, bro. My threshold for drama has reached its cap. Okay. So interesting that it's not your fault, Nicole B. Just let's move on. Thank you. It's interesting that the that this young man, this victim, he says that he wants them to call the police. But it's interesting as this goes on because we didn't have, like I said, I didn't have the entire 911 call, and there's things that are very, very, very apparent from this 911 call.
He's 12 years old. Yes.
Okay. And can you ask him his date of birth?
Can you tell me your birthday?
Thank you, Be Real. I'm not doing the super chat song during the 911 call, but thank you so much.
Okay. And are the neighbors out of their home, or is anybody looking for them that you can see?
No. Our homes are far enough away. I'm not sure. How did you get out of the house?
Porch. He went out.
He says you just left through the porch at the neighbor's house. Her name is Jody Hildebrand, and she lives 2 doors up the street. Yeah, out here in Cayenne, the houses are far apart, so he walked just under a block to get to our house. He rang my doorbell and asked me to call the police.
Does he seem to be under the influence?
So this kid was clearly scared. I mean, he's saying that there's basically almost a block's distance between his house and Jody Hildebrand's house. And this was and when he gets there, he asks the gentleman to call the police and that he's thirsty and that he's hungry. And he could tell that he's got tape on his legs and he's got wounds on his body. So there's definitely something seriously wrong here.
Influence of drugs or alcohol?
I don't think so, but he's very thirsty and
Need an ambulance?
I don't think he needs an ambulance. I'll let the cops decide that, but his ankles are taped up and he won't tell us why.
Okay.
But he has duct tape around each ankle.
Okay, so he has duct tape around each ankle. And it's interesting how he says that he's like, I don't think he needs an ambulance, but you know, it's a very, very responsible thing for him to say, I'll let the police decide this when they get here. But you need to send the police, obviously. But you know, he basically he doesn't seem to the gentleman. This boy does not seem to be in a in a vital state. So he just wants to get help and get the police over there and let them use their judgment to find out and talk to the kid and find out what he needs.
Yeah, there's sores around him. I think the good chance he's been. Oh, and he has them around his ankles. I mean, his wrists as well. Okay, this boy has been. He needs. This kid has obviously been. I think he's been detained. He's obviously covered in wounds.
That is so crazy, dude. That is so crazy. Like he is so shocked at what he's seeing. He doesn't even want to say that he's been tied up. Like he's about to say it, but he's trying to find some other words to use instead of tied up, because he's looking at his wrists and he can see that there were clearly marks around his wrists. And he says he's obviously been detained. But the gentleman is doing his best to word everything as carefully as he possibly can. But coming to the point where, he's emotional. He's feeling such empathy for this boy that he doesn't even want to say what he thinks this boy has been through. This is horrible.
Okay. Let's get the paramedics headed over that way, okay?
Oh, that's a good idea, too.
Yeah,
Let's see. Has he told you where his mom or dad are?
Haven't asked him that. Yeah. You know where your mommy is?
I really got you.
Yeah, I'm sure that doesn't matter, son. Do you know where your mom and dad are?
Well, actually, I don't know where my mom is, but I do know where my dad is. He's not anywhere here. Really, nowhere.
Okay. No, he doesn't seem to. He says he knows where his mom is, but
he doesn't know where his dad is.
That's correct.
I do know where my dad is.
Is his mom home?
He just says he doesn't live around here.
Okay. Is his mom
we're good.
area?
Is your mom around here? Have you seen her lately? He doesn't know where she is right now.
Does he know his mom's name?
What's your mom's name? Ruby Frank.
Okay, hold on. Sorry. I got to hear all that one more time.
That's correct. No, he doesn't seem to. He says he knows where his mom is, but
he doesn't know where his dad is.
That's correct.
Is his mom home?
He just says he doesn't live around here.
Okay. Is his mom
we're good.
area?
Is your mom around here? Have you seen her lately? He doesn't know where she is right now.
Does he know his mom's name?
What's your mom's name? Ruby Franke. Ruby Franke is his mom's name.
Okay. How do you spell the last name?
Franke.
Franke.
Okay.
Let me answer this question in chat. I'm a baffled. Glare, do we know if this is the same young boy that was in the vehicle crying during that accident video? I don't know. And I'm glad that you asked that, because that brings me to another point that I'm going to make. At this point, I am not I'm not going to try. I'm not going to be trying to find out which kid is which. These kids have been exploited enough. I understand that there are. I understand that these kids, their faces are out there. It's public. Their names are out there. That's very public. But this situation is long overdue over the line, as far as respecting these kids' privacy. And just because it's out there doesn't give me the right, in my opinion, to disrespect their privacy anymore. I'm going to practice respecting their privacy moving forward, like I would any other minor involved in any other true crime case. So that's what I'm going to do. That's how I'm going to handle this. It might seem silly. It might seem pointless, arbitrary to a lot of you, but to me, it matters. And that's just what I'm going to do. So, I do believe that these kids have been exploited quite enough. I'm going to follow everything that happens with Ruby Franke and Jody Hildebart. I'm going to follow all of that stuff. But as far as these kids go, I'm not going to sit here and try to sleuth which kid is which kid filed a police report, which kid didn't, which kid is defending the parents, which kid is not. That's just more perpetuated drama from the that stems from the exploitation that these parents have already inflicted on these kids. So I'm just not going to do it.
And does she live in the area?
No, I'm not sure where she lives. He's trying to help us, but he's...
That's okay. We don't want to stress him out too much. The officers will go over all these questions with him anyway. I just want to stay on the phone with you until we get some help there, okay?
Yeah.
What's your name? Can you ask him if any other children were in the home he came from?
Okay. Was there any other kids up at Jody's house? Anybody else?
Yeah, this guy's a hero.
No, I was... Yeah, this is the 30th of, or excuse me, the 29th of August.
It'll be the 30th of August.
10 and 14, and they're still at this house.
Are they tied up as well?
What's the deal with? Are they being held? Do they have wounds on them as well?
Nothing bad going on with
that poor kid.
Okay. Okay. So they're able to walk around the house and everything. Well, okay. He says everything's fine with them. Grain of salt.
Okay.
He says what's happened to him is his fault.
That's sad to hear. They're coming to you as quick as they can, okay?
Okay, yeah.
Really
Yeah,
I just want to make sure.
He's fine. I've got him sitting here. My wife, he got him water and giving him something to eat because he's hungry, and just a young man. He's hearing his stocking feet. So he escaped.
calling God that he was able to make it to
They're on their way.
he could be safe. They should just be pulling up now. Let me know when they're with you, okay?
Will do. I hear a car, but they're not coming on the driveway. You did good. Enjoy that banana, okay?
Gave the kid a banana right on.
Yeah, he just
did the right
a few
thing.
seconds ago, so he might be waiting for his partner. I'm not sure.
Is Jody up there right now? Okay. Jody Hildebrand is up there right now.
She's in the house.
Okay.
So she may come looking for him here soon, but she's not gonna, obviously. I think we need the cops here as soon as possible.
I'm just asking where he is now.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's a bad lady.
Oh wow. Yeah, I'm gonna play that again. But he's obviously he's afraid. He's afraid. He knows all about this Jody Hildebrandt lady. And I mean, the Mormon community is a tight-knit community. And according to Josh from the Dad Challenge podcast, this woman is responsible for just, I mean, working for the church and breaking up marriage after marriage, just breaking up families. So this is terrible. This gentleman, luckily, this kid went to the right house. This kid went to the right house. He got a saint of a gentleman who was clearly heartbroken as to what he saw, and he is and he's actually genuinely afraid of Jody Hildebrandt. He's afraid of her.
Asking where he is now.
Yeah, she's a bad lady.
Wow.
We didn't realize how bad.
Wow.
Okay, let's see. I'm just asking where he is.
I saw some of the interview with Jody's niece.
Well, sounds like he's making a phone call real quick to his sergeant. He is going to head up.
Okay. All right. Well, if we have to take him inside the house, we will. We're just sitting outside right now because we have chairs out here and it was convenient.
That's okay. If anything, he's sitting out down your driveway and keeping an eye on the house. So if that's where you feel safe, that's where the child feels safe. And let's just stay where you're at.
Yeah. I think we're doing this. Yes.
Does he have anything with him?
No, he's wearing a long sleeve shirt and shorts, and it's way too big for him.
Can you tell me what color the shirt and shorts are?
Okay, the ambulance is here.
Okay.
So.
Are they with you?
No, they're just not getting out of the truck.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll go ahead and I'll let you go then. You did a great job.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
Bye.
This man is a hero, man. This man is absolutely a hero. Yeah, that dude is awesome. And yes, the dispatch is doing an amazing job. Morbid's mistress, cuntalicious. You in handle of the day. Oh my goodness. Oh, so yeah, I mean, see, this is what I'm talking about. Because chances are this gentleman's probably Mormon too. He's probably part of the LDS church. You know what I mean? This is why I refuse to say that the people who belong to the church are bad. Maybe the institution is bad. There's a lot of evidence to indicate that the institution is bad. And supposedly, this woman works directly for the LDS church. This Jody Hildebrandt, she works directly for the Church of Latter-day Saints, and she and the rumor is, I don't know if it's confirmed, but the rumor is that Jody has hired the best attorney in the state. The best attorney in the state. Now, I wonder how she's footing that bill. Because Josh made some excellent points in his live stream earlier. Josh made some excellent points in his live stream earlier in regards to some theories as far as that goes. Because if we don't know what the LDS church has done behind the scenes, what they're responsible for, and they cannot afford for this woman to be in any more trouble than she already is. Because if they've broken laws and she has information on that, she could use that as leverage to get herself out of the trouble that she's in. And if they did do anything and she has information on these things and has proof of these things, well, then she's in a very, very unique position and in a very dangerous position for the church. So, and yes, and I that's, like I said, it's a rumor. Care Bear, I'm also willing to entertain the likelihood more than the possibility, but the likelihood that she has plenty of money of her own, plenty of money of her own that she could be footing the bill herself. I mean, if I'm in that kind of trouble, and I have the means to hire the best attorney, I'm hiring the best attorney. Absolutely, 100%. I don't care if I'm guilty or innocent. If I'm in some serious trouble like that, I am hiring the best possible attorney. And yes, I do think that there's possibly, it's possibly a cult type situation. Rock Girl Media, I don't know. Again, I don't. These are just, I'm just stating speculations. Okay. I am not accusing the Church of Latter-day Saints or the Mormon faith in general as something as evil. I'm not doing that. I stated yesterday in my live stream yesterday, I talked about how I just won't do that. So I do believe, you know, I don't think that just because someone belongs to a faith that or belongs to an institution of a faith that they are just as guilty of that institution if that institution does certain nefarious things. So you're not going to get any judgment here in my chat for whatever faith you follow. Oh, Ryan, no.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got.
Brianna. So Jody broke up Rudy and Kevin. Let's see what this says here. So Jody broke up Rudy and Kevin, and so she could brainwash Ruby and exploit her money, power, and fame. But I don't buy that. Ruby was evil to start. Jody didn't change Ruby. She just set her free. That's an interesting theory. Yeah. I and thank you, Brianna25. I appreciate that. I'm not going to disagree with you. That's a strong speculation. And it's fair because, I mean, we saw the evidence of Ruby being just the most self-centered individual at the expense of her children. I mean, Josh has been exposing it for years. So we see that clearly. We see that absolutely clearly. And what it looks like to me, I'll give you my opinion based on the little that I know. What it looks like to me is Ruby saw an opportunity. Definitely, and it had opportunistic motives, and is now exploiting these kids and is exploiting Ruby as well. I mean, and somebody said their net worth was $4.5 million, or $4 to $5 million. That's a lot of cheddar. It's a lot of cheddar. She could afford a good lawyer, most definitely. Yeah, Ruby is cold as ice for sure. Agreed. Now, some interesting stuff here. Well, okay, Unsocial Butterfly, you're asking an excellent question as well. Did CPS not check up correctly because they were rich? Who knows? I'm not going to jump to that conclusion. We do know that in this community, we do know that there are too many cases where CPS clearly failed children. There's just too many cases, and you know, the thing about being a DCFS worker, it's a job, and you're dealing with a lot of shitty people, you know, and it could desensitize you, you know, unless you're totally up for the task, you know, unless you're completely and totally up for the task all the time and your heart is just completely in the purpose of what DFAX is supposed to be doing. If unless your heart's totally in that 24/7 and you're not wavering from that, it can desensitize you. You know, one case after the other, hearing the same excuses from different parents, blah 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 blah. You know, maybe getting to a point where you just feel guilty about having some, you know, having that much control over someone's family, having to break up families, over silly little technicalities. You know, I could imagine certain people in that job, like any job, you're going to have the few slackers that are going to do the bare minimum to get by and not get fired. And they're going to say they did this. I mean, it's just like, I mean, when I ran pizza joints, man, like there were times where I would guess the inventory. I would guesstimate the inventory, which is not what you're supposed to do. But I'd be so fucking burnt out, you know, when I have to place a commissary order, you know, the order for the truck for all of the ingredients, and I'd have to project sales for that week, and I you know, and I'd be just so burnt out. We'd have like these 50% off promotions, and we'd be insanely busy, understaffed, and I'd be so burnt out that I'd be like, you know what? I know that I'm not overtopping, so you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna ideal the inventory. There's an option in the computer where you could just ideal the inventory, you know, and I'm like, I know I didn't overtop, so whatever, and then I'm gonna just ideal the inventory and then order based on that. And you do that on a week where you didn't project the sales properly, you're gonna run out of food or you're gonna be throwing food away. And you can't do that. But I understand it. It does happen where it's like any other job where you feel overworked, overwhelmed, and unappreciated, and you just do the bare minimum. And that absolutely does happen. Now, it should not happen when you're dealing with families and children. It's one thing to do it with pizza, but it's another thing to do it with family and children. But regardless of the fact, people tend to feel entitled and unappreciated at their jobs, and then they make excuses for doing the bare minimum. They make excuses to justify doing the bare minimum to themselves, and then they do the bare minimum. It does happen. I'm not justifying it and saying it's okay. I'm just saying that it's naive to not accept the fact that it does happen. And until they, start paying these people more, or, hire more people, or whatever the case may be, in order to improve these situations, it's just something you're just gonna have to accept. It just is what it is. So now we just don't know. Oh man, something's on fire out there, man. I hear the fire trucks. So, I mean, there's just not a whole lot that could be done about that. But to jump to the conclusion that CPS didn't do anything because, Ruby had money, I'm not ready to jump to that conclusion. That's the thing, is we're never going to know when it comes to Department of Children and Family reports. Those are normally sealed because there are minors involved. So their job is to protect the children. And you're not going to just have this private information on these kids out there for anyone to read, especially kids that are, so well known by millions of people all over the country, all over the world. And now this brings me to the court hearings today of Jody and Ruby. And we'll play this news clip to bring us up to speed on what happened today.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help. And he's said he just came from a neighbor's house, and we know there's been problems at this neighbor's house. He's emaciated. He's got tape around his legs. He's hungry, and he's thirsty.
Tonight, the haunting 911 call from the neighbor who found the son of Ruby Franke after he allegedly escaped from being tied up in a basement.
Fox 13 News reporter Lucy Nelson breaks down that phone call and tells us what came out of the YouTube mom's first court appearance today.
Lucy joins us now live in studio. And Lucy, for those just catching up on this story, describe who we're talking about here and who was in court.
Kelly, Ruby Franke is a Utah mother of 6 behind a well-known parenting YouTube channel called 8 Passengers. She and her business partner, Jody Hildebrandt, also ran a so-called counseling site called Connections. Now, last week, both were arrested and charged on several counts of aggravated child abuse after evidence surfaced suggesting they kept 2 of Franke's children tied up and starving in Hildebrandt's basement.
Tell me exactly what's happened.
I just had a 12-year-old boy show up here at my front door asking for help.
This is the 911 call from a man in Ivins, Utah. A 12-year-old boy showing up on his doorstep in an unimaginable condition, asking him to call police.
And he's said he just came from a neighbor's house, and we know there's been problems at this neighbor's house.
That neighbor's house belongs to Jody Hildebrandt, where she and well-known YouTube mom Ruby Franke broadcasted their controversial parenting advice and counseling site called Connections. It was in that same home where police say Franke's son escaped from the basement and ran to a neighbor's house for help.
He has duct tape around each ankle. Yeah, there's sores around them. I think there's a good chance he's been... Oh, and he has them around his ankles. I mean, his wrists as well. Okay, this boy has been... This kid has obviously been... I think he's been detained. He's obviously covered in wounds.
The dispatcher is heard saying they'll send an ambulance, and in the background, the boy tells the neighbor that he doesn't need help and that nothing bad was happening to him at Hildebrandt's home.
He says what's happened to him is his fault.
The boy was immediately transferred to the hospital, and later police officers would find his little sister in the basement of Hildebrandt's home in a similar condition.
Afternoon, Mr. Winward. How are you?
Franke and Hildebrandt had their first court appearance Friday in Washington County.
My case is assigned to Judge Barnes. I would make an oral motion today to transfer this case to Judge Walton so that co-defendants track each other.
The judge granted a switch of Franke's judge to be the same as Hildebrandt's. The two will continue to be held without bond. Hildebrandt's attorney also filed a motion to the court asking for an expedited detention hearing, citing the defendant has experienced a life-threatening medical issue resulting in her hospitalization for several days. As of now, the two are scheduled for court for September 21st. Live in studio, Lucy Nelson, Fox 13 News, Utah.
All right. So, interesting thing about this. So there was also a hearing this morning that took place where Jody had claimed that, where she basically just blamed the kids. This is appalling, where she claimed that this boy that was a victim, she claimed that he was assaulting his siblings sexually. And this is and this is ridiculous, because what I'm seeing about this is one of the things that she said that was the most disturbing is that he was looking at pornography since the age of 3 years old, that he's always been a sexual deviant even at 3 years old and obsessed with pornography. Now, what I want to understand is, how does a 3-year-old get a hold of porn? I mean, what kind of defense is that? How does a 3-year-old get a hold of porn? Unless the parent is doing something wrong, unless the parent is either showing the kid porn or the parent is allowing one of the older siblings to show the kid porn. But how did she know about it? How did she know about it? Now, grooming, I don't know. Grooming, I don't know. I'm not going to say that. We don't have any evidence of that just yet. We don't even know if it's true that this boy was looking at porn at 3 years old. We don't have any. What I'm saying is, it was a ridiculous thing for her to claim to a judge in court. So, oh, wait, we got us. Let's see. Thank you for flying, Glare Airlines. Daddy Rapper will be departing from the Glare Airport. And make sure to buckle up and have a nice flight. Fuck off, Daddy Rapper. We don't need you here. So, well, right. I mean, or it's neglect. I mean, we have to be very careful about stuff like this. It could very well be grooming. I'm not denying that. What I'm saying, though, is it could just be simply neglect and just not giving a shit, and contributing to the delinquency of a minor. But grooming, yeah, probably. I mean, I don't want to have a semantic argument about it, and I don't know enough about the technical, what you would technically consider grooming or not to have the argument. I don't feel comfortable using that word unless I have all the facts, is all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Well, I can answer that. Amy M, you're asking, why would she keep having kids? Well, she's going to keep having kids because her kids are a cash cow. The more kids she has, the more content she has, the more money she makes. She exploits these kids. She absolutely exploits them. There's no question about that. She absolutely exploits these kids. So these families, these Mormon families that have a shit ton of money, who have these vlogging channels, they're absolutely reproducing because they're making actors. They're making cast members for their money. And a baby, a small child is ching, 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 ching. Let's just face it. A baby and a small child is just. So, I mean, that's just how it is. Yeah, like the Duggars, but I like to call them the Duggars. Oh man. Yeah. There's something seriously wrong there. Something seriously wrong there. And like I said, Josh from Dad Challenge Podcast has been calling this out for over 3 years now. So well, Corvette Sally, Miss Moneybags. I beg to differ. Corvette Sally here is saying, I understand that you say they're rich, but only $4 million is not really rich. You give me $4 million, I'm rich. Okay? Easy. $4 million, the way that I'm living, dude, if you give me $4 million, I am living off of that shit for the rest of my life. That makes me rich. That absolutely makes me rich. Totally. Yeah. But I'm glad life is that easy for you, Corvette Sally. That's what America's all about. Much love to you. Oh, well, let's all congratulate Corvette Sally on her accomplishments. Let's look at all those celebrities that envy you. Look at Corvette Sally. Good for you. I could absolutely make $4 million stretch. Absolutely. I could totally make $4 million stretch. I could live off of that for the rest of my life because I am just not a materialistic person. And I would absolutely invest it. I would turn the $4 million into $8 million and then so on and so forth. I mean, Corvette Sally. I mean, in all fairness, listen, I didn't mean to embarrass you. I mean, you did it to yourself. You came in here bragging about how $4 million isn't rich and how that's your house is worth that alone. So, and you got to know my channel by now. Like, you point shit out like that, I'm gonna poke fun. It's gonna be fun. I'm just gonna make fun. Like, doesn't mean I'm ridiculing you. I'm just having fun. Don't take it personally. Don't be insulted. If I had a house that was worth $4 million, it wouldn't be a fucking thing that you could say that was going to embarrass me. I'm not embarrassed as it is. Like, if I was $4 million rich, there's not a fucking thing anybody could say to me that would be embarrassing to me. I like try to embarrass me. Good luck. I mean,
Money.
And that same movie that's clipped from, that same movie, at one point, Priscilla Presley plays in this movie. She has a role in this movie, and she and she has a line at one point where she says, "Mr. Fairlane, I am very rich." The kind of rich that warps minds. Nothing offends me. That's totally, I mean, nothing offends me now. I'm poor as shit. Nothing offends me now. If I was loaded rich, Jesus, God forbid. Like, God help my friends, bro. Like, if I was like loaded, see, the thing is call it God or the universe or whatever. It does not allow me to be loaded rich. You can't give somebody like me that kind of fucking money. You can't give me Elon Musk like money. I would spend insane, obscene amounts of money to troll my friends. I would just do the most stupidest, random, most expensive, elaborate bullshit just to fuck with the people I love. Like that, you can't, like, I'll never have that kind of money. Like the universe will just never allow it to happen. I would make content out of it. I would, yeah, it'd be ridiculous. I would exploit all of my friends. They'd all sign waivers, of course, but I would exploit everyone. I'd fuck with everyone. I'd get sued so much. Like I'd get sued so fucking much. It's not even funny. Like, nobody sues me now because, I mean, for what? Just be a waste of your money. Try to take me to court. Try to get money out of me. It would just cost you money. But if I was fucking loaded rich, I'd get sued all the fucking time. Now hold on. There's also, we can actually watch the hearing, but it's not much, man. You know, like
That motion is cool.
It's not much at all.
I'd like to just ask those on.
Uh-oh.
I think we got a super dad. Super dad. I think we got a super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Super dad. Dad, 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 dad. I think we got a super dad. I think we got a super dad.
Corvette Sally with the $20 super sticker. You cheapskate. Your house is worth $4 million fucking dollars, and all you're throwing at me is $20. 20 measly peanuts. Are you fucking kidding me? I'm just kidding. No, I really appreciate it. Thank you. I'm just giving you shit. Oh my God, I'm going to hell. No, I seriously do appreciate it. Thank you. Fucking like Riot Up Church giving Morbid $500. Fucking, that's all? Dude, you're worth millions, bro. Where's the husband in all this? That's a very good question, D. The husband was in court. He was there for this hearing. So, he didn't seem to show any expression at all whatsoever. But he was in attendance. But apparently he moved out of the house a year ago. But he seems to be now. I don't know what his. I honestly don't know what his opinions are on all this, but I personally, as far as the child exploitation goes, with the family vlogging and what I've seen, he's definitely complicit. He's definitely complicit. I think that he should be held accountable to some degree. But the problem is it's going to be hard to be able to bring charges on him and prove a case against him as far as abuse goes. But I mean, there are 6 different counts of child abuse against the both of these women, and they're being tried together, which is very interesting to me.
On WebEx, please mute your phones and turn your cameras off until your case is called. If you are here for your own, if you are here just to observe, please do not turn on your microphones or cameras. It causes problems, technical problems.
Oh no, Corvette Sally, you're good, man. You're more than good. I was just kidding around. I really do genuinely appreciate it. I mean, you guys just give, $2, man. I'm like, okay, that's extremely generous. Just the fact that you guys take anything that you guys work hard for and use it to support the channel, man, means a lot to me. It means the whole world to me. It really does. All kidding aside, seriously. So thank you. I really do appreciate it.
If we have too many people with their cameras on, it just eats up the bandwidth. Also, I would remind you that there is no recording of this hearing by any means unless you've been authorized by the court to do so. There was a media order signed by the judge.
Now, something very interesting here. Something very interesting here is now Josh was not streaming this. Josh was logged on to the WebEx and he was just listening and dictating to his audience what he was hearing. But Law and Crime was on there and they got booted off because they were planning on streaming it. Josh had no intentions of streaming it. At no point had any intentions of streaming it. Josh is definitely somebody who plays ball. And so I was for sure that they were going to postpone the hearing because of how many people, because there was substantially more people in the WebEx than when it came to the Jared Lysick thing, right? Substantially more people. So if you guys remember what happened then, there was one creator who was just dropping F-bombs in the Jared Lysick thing, and everybody had their mics on, and then there was another one that was didn't realize that he was live and everybody could hear it, and then they give me 1 second, guys, and then they just booted everyone. They canceled the hearing.
Only if you've been authorized by that particular media order can you record any proceedings today. The first case I'm going to call for initial appearance is Ruby Franke, case number 2315-01764. Ruby Franke. Afternoon, Mr. Winward. How are you? Very good. Good. So you represent Miss Franke? I do. He is on the video with us. Okay. Miss Franke, can you hear me?
Yes.
Have you received a copy of the information in this case?
Yes.
I can inform the court that Miss Franke and I have both reviewed verbatim the information. She understands that she has pertinent questions. We would waive the reading of that at this time. And we're ready to move forward with it. I would make one motion. I understand that the co-defendant is assigned to Judge Walton. My case is assigned to Judge Barnes. I would make an oral motion today to transfer this case to Judge Walton so that co-defendants track each other. Okay. What's the state's position on that motion?
Your Honor, we have a motion that we filed shortly after filing the information in this case. We'll withdraw that motion. It was just vice versa. So we'll withdraw that motion and stipulate to Mr. Winward's motion.
So do I have a stipulation of the council to transfer Ms. Franke's case to Judge Walton? Yes, Your Honor. Okay. That motion is granted. My understanding is Ms. Franke's being held on a no bail hold at this point. She's going to remain on a no bail hold for the time being. What would you like me to do with the case, Mr. Winward, at this point?
Your Honor, we anticipate filing a motion in Judge Walton's court for the bail hearing forthwith. The court wants to conclude the initial appearance. We're fine with that.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is set this on Judge Walton's law and motion calendar a week from this coming Thursday. What date is that?
Yes.
September 21st at 9:10 in the morning will be the next hearing for Ms. Franke. Anything else we need to handle in that matter today?
I just let the court know, and I let counsel know I will be out of the country on that date, and so I will work with Judge Walton's court and counsel to modify that as necessary.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Winward. Anything else from the state? Okay, thank you very much.
Thanks, Ms. Franke. That's all for today. I'll be talking to you a little bit later.
The next hearing on the calendar is
Okay, so we're not gonna there's no bail for either one of them, and there will be a bail hearing. I think, what did he say, the 12th or the 15th? Sorry, I had to get my door, so I missed that part. But not even 2 weeks away, it seems like. So yeah, no bail, which is great, because I was expecting that they would be bailed out almost immediately. I figured they were going to make bail because, again, this isn't a murder case, and as far as I know, neither one of them have a record. So I just don't see how. No, it wasn't pizza. I just don't see how they wouldn't be granted bail to some degree. I mean, the bail's probably going to be really high, and they're definitely flight risks considering their income. But I'm interested to find out. What that bail is going to be. And yeah. Well, Corvette Sally, no bail for now. They're not granted bail now. So they're going to have to spend a little under 2 weeks in jail. In the meantime, in purgatory is what the jail's called. Rightfully so. So they're going to have to spend the next couple of weeks there. And then there'll be a bail hearing towards the middle of the month. So once that happens, I'm pretty sure they're going to get granted bail. The system's not perfect. It's just one of those things. But I found it funny that while this was streaming, I found it funny that the person who, now, how do I put this? So I let me just go over it. Let me just let me just go over it here, because I found it really funny.
even down for a couple minutes and it comes on, I'm gonna miss the whole thing. I'm like shaky. I get like sometimes like shaky too if I don't eat like little. Oh, man, come on. That's my last sip of water.
Just watching this person. Now, Josh has just over 200,000 subs.
Sorry, I'm not talking much.
And he had 24,000 people watching him.
And it's so hot in
Okay.
here too for some reason.
Zavgul, who's we hear complaining just under my voice for a change. Zavgul has 87,000 subs, had 100 people watching, has 3.4 thousand views total, but only because she was live for almost 4 hours, for over 4 hours. I mean, because just listen to the riveting content.
Hi, Crystal. Hi, Mackenzie. When is it gonna start?
And even though there was
need to be quiet or he's gonna kick us.
There was the rule of they don't want you streaming or recording the hearing, right? Since there was this rule, well, Zavgul didn't give a shit about that rule, you know. Law and Crime didn't give a shit about that rule, did they? No. And Law and Crime deleted it. And the reason why I don't give a shit and I don't care about like talking shit about Law and Crime is because they struck me. Law and Crime is so interested in the law and everything, but then they're going to go ahead and just feel like they're above the law, and and they think that they can stream this, and they got booted because they got booted from this WebEx feed because they were streaming it. And then you got this genius here with 3,000 views on a 4-hour-long video.
Kick us all out. He has every right to do so.
Please mute yourself and we'll get started as soon as we can. Mama.
And so there's obviously idiots, obviously morons that are in this WebEx, just like in the Jared Lysick thing, who just didn't seem to give a shit or have any respect for the court proceedings whatsoever. And some were talking because they just didn't realize what was going on. They didn't realize that they could be heard by everyone. They thought that they were just listening in. They didn't know that they could hear. But others knew and didn't care, and they were doing dumb shit like this. I mean, childish, man.
Why doesn't everybody just mute themselves? I'm not on this, so I'm allowed to talk. I'm not in this. So, but why aren't they muting? People still aren't muting it.
I love the logic, the simple. I love the simple. I don't understand why everybody just doesn't mute themselves. You know, I mean, geez, like I just, I mean, you could just post autopsies of a dead minor, of a murdered child. I mean, post the autopsy photos of that. That's cool. But don't let the judge hear you talking in the WebEx feed. Wow.
I know. The one guy, did you hear the woman go, Mama? Like messing around. One person said they wanted a cigarette or something. And one person's like, when's it going to start? Which is fine, but like, why? I wish everybody just muted it because I hope it doesn't delay.
I mean, yeah, everybody asks that, Casey. How does she still have a channel? I'm not YouTube and I'm not the YouTube police. I'm not here to worry about whether or not she has a channel. I just find the silver lining in things, and the fact that she still has a channel just gives me more content. it's just fun for me to
Also
point out the
seeing the
fact that she
cameras.
sucks. She just gives me reason to every time.
What part of mute yourself was unclear?
Well, alibi, it doesn't matter if Law and Crime would mute them. They can't control what their audio is going to the court or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Even if Law and Crime muted their thing here, they would still hear it. We just wouldn't be able to hear it. Okay, here we go. Well, maybe not. Yeah, they can't control it because they're directly connected to
That's where Law and Crime got booted.
the court. So it doesn't matter if Law and Crime mutes it for us to hear it, they're still hearing it at the court. So they're still gonna have
You know what would have been hilarious if Law and Crime would have struck her? That shit would have been so funny to me. If Law and Crime, because Law and Crime struck me, they've struck Ricada Law. Yeah, I'm not a fan. And then they came in and trolled Morbid's chat at one point, which is really funny. And yeah, it was really them. So I think it would have been hilarious if Law and Crime would have struck her for streaming their stream of a stream that they're not supposed to be streaming because the judge ordered that you don't stream it. That would have been fucking hilarious to me.
gonna have an issue. I hope you guys understand. If you're understanding how it's set up, yeah, it doesn't matter.
Oh, I was doing the same thing.
See, Law and Crime is just
I was doing the same thing.
Observant, just like everybody else in this, but they're live streaming it, and so I don't know how to explain it really very good because I'm like,
what a shocker! Zav Girl doesn't know how to explain something
too. But yeah, so it wouldn't help if they muted it even on this. There would still be a problem with the court.
You big dummy.
Well, he can't outsmart me because I'm a moron.
They can mute it on their channel, Alibi. But what I'm saying is they can mute it on their channel, but they don't control what these links are going into the courtroom. Does that make sense? So we wouldn't be able to hear it if they muted it, but yet it doesn't matter because the court could still hear it. You know what I'm saying? Because they're not controlling all these other people's link into the court. They have a link just like everybody else, if that makes sense.
Trace the signal.
That meme gets me every time.
Yeah, they did, Wolfpack. That's what I was thinking about. I was like, man, they have canceled a freaking thing. They did it that when Duty Ron freaking, I'm pretty sure it was Duty Ron freaking didn't mute his thing and they had to cancel the whole Jared court hearing.
Okay, so what happened exactly was, because I hate that people fucking blame Duty Ron. Like, everybody's always looking for some, like, if somebody's actually a good creator and does good things, somebody's always looking for some reason to shit all over that creator. And Duty Ron just simply didn't understand how it worked. I wasn't even going to name his name, but since she put him out there, I got to defend Duty Ron in that instance. I did it before when it happened, but I'm gonna remind you guys. Duty Ron was going to stream this thing, the Jared Lysick court hearing, and a bunch of other people were going to stream it, a bunch of other creators, but he wasn't one of the people acting like an ass like these people were. What Duty Ron did was he just did not know that the way WebEx worked, right? Yeah, exactly, Deets. Duty Ron was the only one that was an accident, that did what he did on accident. Duty Ron just didn't understand how WebEx worked. He didn't understand that the people in court could hear him running his show. So he thought it was just like if I'm streaming a trial, not through WebEx, but I'm just streaming a trial through a channel that's streaming a trial, like a news source that has a that has a access to the courtroom. I'm going to stream that news source's YouTube channel and stream the trial. That's what Duty Ron thought was going on with the WebEx thing, more or less. He assumed that, and rightfully so, he assumed that these people would automatically be muted. He would be automatically be muted. Everybody else would automatically be muted. And he took his earbud out, and that caused him to unmute. Right. No, but at one point he was like, hey, thank you guys for joining. Make sure to subscribe and like any fucking decent YouTube creator who cares about the growth of their channel would do. And he was addressing his audience, and he, and you could hear him, and then everybody wanted to be like, Duty Ron is a gold digging opportunist, blah, 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 blah. Like, no, he just didn't know that the court could hear him. That's it. He just didn't know that the court could hear him. And then, as Dawn Marie says in chat, he owned it and he apologized. And what's funny is he's the only one that did that. Yet he was the only one that wasn't acting like a jackass on the WebEx panel. So that's just very funny to me. To me, that speaks volumes of Duty Ron's integrity. So, all you people who want to just shit all over Duty Ron, like this idiot on the screen here, not this idiot, but that one. I mean, yeah, you're stupid. Come talk to me.
Because he didn't mute it and he was live streaming and stuff. Yeah. Oh my God. So yeah, they can do that. So I hope everybody listens. Or they could just probably kick them all out somehow.
Yeah, we need.
Come on. Dude, I'm gonna. Okay, hold on. Let me think if I have. Do I have another bottle of water over there? Sorry, guys. I'm kind of boring here. I'm just trying to save my energy.
Oh, now she's boring. All of a sudden. I love it.
Get like that. Because even if I don't want to eat because I'm trying to lose weight, or you know what I'm saying, that I get shaky. I think it's called what is it called? I've never been diagnosed. I mean, I've tried to go and figure out why, but nobody's able to figure out. I think what is that called? Where you have to eat little things because you get shaky sometimes. I think I just have that. I hate it. Though,
she's wearing tie-dye, man. She always wears tie-dye.
It's no, I'm not.
Thank you for
hungry,
becoming a
but my
member for
body's
4 months,
acting
Lisa Oldmans.
stupid
Appreciate
and
it.
shaking and making me. Why can't I think of what that's called? Is it hypoglycemic? That's what I was starting to say, but I'm like, is that
I could
right?
smell the patchouli through the screen, bro. Did she say hyperallergenic? She didn't say hyperallergenic, did she? I think she said hypoglycemia.
No, Audrey, thank you for subscribing. Wait, Jillian, where did you hear that happen? Canceled? Where did you hear? I haven't heard that. Where did you hear it was canceled? I don't think so. Why would they just cancel it at the last minute unless if it was the...
And I get a copyright claim every time I play
don't
this
know,
music.
you guys. Let's just.
But it's so worth my ad
I'm not
revenue.
sure if that's true.
It's so worth my ad revenue because there's nothing more fitting to put music to as far as her brain working. This is the sound of her brain working. Bro. Just look at those wheels turn, bro. Just look at them turn. Oh my god, dude.
Casey just subscribed. Oh, so it is a delay because of this WebEx, huh? Wow. Oh, somebody said the judge isn't there on another one? Okay. Kick people off the live stream? Oh my god. Okay.
Like,
Kick people off live stream.
meanwhile,
Wow.
keep in mind, folks, that she's still got Law and Crime pulled up here, and they've already been booted. They're just still streaming, but they've already been booted from the WebEx. So Law and Crime is just live for nothing, and she's just waiting for it to come on. She's just waiting for it any day now. I don't know. Like, why have a green screen with nothing in the background? Why just green? No, what she does is classic. Like, when she finally like figures out what to do, what she has to settle for is hilarious to me. All right, let's
So how about having it on my phone? Step away. Hopefully.
see what we got here. What does she say here?
All right, I'm gonna step away. Hopefully, I gotta get some. I'm like dying here, and I'm like so hot. I'll be back. If I miss it, I miss it. Well, how about have it on my phone?
I mean, hot though. I mean, like,
so stupid. I could have just put it. I could have just been looking on my phone this whole time and still watched it. Oh lordy, I don't make any sense. I'll be
wow.
back.
All right. Well, okay. Now we just wait for, you know. Okay, I was gonna say I think that was an accident. Deets, are you butt timing people out? Deets. Are you abusing your wrench? Don't abuse your wrench. Oh my God, bro. Riveting content. Yeah, yeah, TJ Talks. Go sit in the corner and think about what you didn't do wrong. Oh, it's all good, Deets. You know, I'm just messing around. All right, here we go. All right.
Popped, right, Charlie? Oh, you popped. You're gonna be famous. Wait, here it is. Here it is. Stop!
This is Ken.
She's muted now and talking.
You're a magnificent cunt.
She certainly is. She certainly is. She's fucking muted. 87,000 subs, bro.
Wait, was I muted the whole time? Oh no, I was trying to say my mom got.
Oh shit! I'm sorry.
I said, what the heck is going on?
Where do you get these fucking idiots, huh? Where do you get them?
A pickle?
Oh my God, bro.
Anyway, I was dripping. Were you guys able to see it on my face when I had that hoodie on? I just turned down the air. Oh my God, I was sweating so much.
Oh, that must be exhausting.
The hoodie thing I had on, or whatever you call it. Oh my Lord.
We don't make mistakes.
Yeah?
We have happy accidents.
Yeah, thanks. All right. Hold on 1 second.
Oh my God, bro. Really? Really? Wait, I think I hear her. I think I hear her back there. Listen, listen.
Shoot. Fucking shoot.
She's just gonna eat. She's just gonna sit there and eat. Unreal, bro.
Yeah, how do you say your name? Bluro Scary or whatever. I don't know how to say your name right. Yeah, and I'm 41 years old and my mom still feeds me. My mom's old.
Grandmaster said Sophos. That's what happens when you wash your hair with Woodstock mud from 1969.
Right, overly, like always making sure, I think it's the Italian way, where it's like, you have guests over. I mean, you always want to make sure you have food. You always, like, hey, it's almost sometimes you force food down people's throats. Sometimes I'm like, Mom, they don't want to eat. Leave them alone. It's like, that's just the way I was brought up too. But like, sometimes it's like they're saying no, and then they keep, oh, are you sure you want something to eat? Here, eat this, eat this.
Oh my God, bro.
So, yeah. But food, it shouldn't be like a privilege. Food should be a right. If you have a kid, it shouldn't be a privilege. Like she uses it.
You need to shut the fuck
up. Food should not be a privilege. Food and water should not be a privilege. Now maybe desserts or sweets or something, but like to eat like breakfast and dinner and there was a clip I forgot to add. So there was a clip where she was bringing. It was on her mom's channel. She was bringing her kids over to her grandma's. To their grandma's, her mom's house for the day, and
not again.
Got out and like, she's like, they're starving, they're hungry because I didn't feed them. So she didn't even give them food.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Yeah, TJ Talks, thank you so much. You're good, Deets. I love you. Your work is good, great too. Now we're privileged to watch Zav eat. What the hell, right? Yes, folks. Now listen, mods, I need you to time people out undeservingly so that the people that you time out can accept your apologies with super chats to me. That would be amazing. Thank you so much. DJ Talks, I appreciate it. Oh my goodness, I'm going to hell. Oh,
the thing is she uses it as a privilege. Like if they get like it's a privilege, not a right. Like if you do something, you don't get it. If you do something bad, but it shouldn't be that way. Like that's like starving your
parenting wisdom from Zavgul here.
Kid. I mean, if that's your family and your kids, you need to feed them. They're not old enough, especially, they're minors, are not old enough to work, to make their own money, to eat themselves. They shouldn't have to. You know what I'm saying? It should be a right. If you're their mother, you're supposed to be able to take care of them and give them food at least.
It should be the
kid's
right to eat. It should be. You're not okay with that. Good. It's good to know that you're not okay with that.
But that was one of her big things, that it's a privilege. Everything's a privilege to her. Like even them living in her home, that's a privilege. Everything is mine. So, it's not theirs. This is all my stuff. So it's like that they should feel privileged that they could live here in my home because it's my everything, my car, my house, well, no, if you have a kids and it becomes theirs, that's your family, you're raising them. It's theirs too.
The logic is just it's just astounding.
I think we got a super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. Super chat. Super chat. Super chat. I think we got a super chat. I think we got a super chat.
Lisa Oldham's, thank you so much. Don't time me out, Deets, please and thanks. Thank you again, Lisa Oldham's. Appreciate it. It's like, oh fuck, really, bro? Where are you going? Where the fuck are you going? Yeah, and the parenting wisdom, I love it. I mean, I wasn't going to say anything, but I wasn't going to say anything, Phoenix Rising. Got it. Kids need food. I would have known that. I thought you just released children into the wild to fend for themselves. Right. I mean, that's just crazy. Unreal. This is too much, bro. And she's it's that fucking look on her face, bro. And she's fucking muted again. I haven't even started drinking yet. I might have to in just a second. Jesus Christ. I might have to. Oh my God. There you go.
I said, yeah, the reason he's not playing it is because you're not allowed to when you, that's why sometimes they have different rules. Like with people, you're allowed to, but sometimes you can watch it, but you
figured it out.
So yeah, he's allowed to watch it, but he can't live stream it, which sucks. But Law and Crime must have had the okay to live stream it, and now they get kicked out. This sucks, dude. Well, there's no way to watch it.
Sucks, dude. Hey, Genius, do you think they would have got kicked out if they had the okay to stream it? No. I'm gonna go ahead and answer that for you. The answer is no. Just so you know. Just FYI.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. They'll probably end up somehow
That's a
saying it. Let's see
shocker.
what he's saying. You said the Dad's podcast.
the Dad's podcast.
He wants the two judges to be connected for the co-defense to be together.
So Josh has the decency and the foresight to not stream this because the judge said, and the WebEx instructions say, do not stream or record this. Okay. So Josh, crazy, I know, decided to follow the rules and just listen to it and tell his audience what, secondhand, what's happening in the courtroom. And then, so what she does is she just plays him. She plays that. She plays Josh DCP of just talking and describing what's happening in court.
This is the Dad's podcast audio.
I'm working on it, Tatted
So they're
Tech.
just trying to align judges.
I'm working on it, buddy. I'm saving up super chats for that.
So transferring her case to Judge Walton right now.
Sweet.
Dude, and Josh's chat was crazy.
Can hear nothing.
I don't know, guys.
He's basically telling everybody to turn the microphones off and cameras off. Okay, he's just basically saying no recording it, no streaming it, which I won't do. He's calling someone for initial appearance. It's Ruby Franke. She's up first.
He's calling it like a baseball game. I love it. It's Ruby Franke. She's up first.
Oh, she's sitting there in her yellow jumpsuit.
Swing and a miss. I love Josh. Yeah, totally. That was insane. I was trying to help moderate it, but
She looks
there's
rough. She looks rough. Lawyer's just saying we're waiving the reading of it. We don't need to read it over again. Of what she's accused of. Ready to proceed.
You're starting to feel that sandwich, aren't you? Aren't you, Zav? Up. Oh, I knew it.
He wants the two judges to be connected for the co-defense to be together. He's so they're just trying to align judges.
Jesus, Zav. Come on. That's quite enough.
So transferring her case to Judge Walton right now. No bail hold. She's remaining on a no bail hold. September 21st, 9:10 in the morning. Bail hearing. The guy's, her lawyer's like, I'll be out of the country on that date, so we'll figure something out. I'm going to be in Bali. That's it?
That's it, bro. That's it. That's all there is.
Wow. Oh, Jody Hildebrandt's next. Jody Hildebrandt's next. Jody sits down. Let's take a look at Jody now.
She's like, what is this?
Jody not being there?
I'm hearing commentary. I'm streaming an AM radio station. What is going on?
Law and Crime got kicked out of it, so I'm streaming. I'm just listening and relaying it to you. So basically, what just happened is they wanted to defer all the. They wanted to pour all.
Meanwhile, she still has Law and Crime stream fucking pulled up.
Cases to one judge, and they said it was fine. And then they're putting the bail hearing. I think it's September 21st.
God, bro.
And here comes Jody. Jody's about to sit down. Oh yeah, the hardened criminal. Suck it, Jody.
Suck it, Jody. Get her, Josh.
Oh, she's wearing pink stripes. Ruby was wearing yellow stripes.
Jody Hildebert.
So they're waiving the reading again. Basically, they don't want to read all the charges again. We know what they're all about.
Ooh, you suck.
Bro.
January. Oh, yeah.
She's just sitting there shitting in
September
her chair.
21st, 9:10 in the morning is when
she just Jesus Christ, Zav.
he's trying to file a motion to get this done really quickly. And he's going to file a motion today with Judge Walton. That's it.
I'm such a child.
That's it. Now all the participants are going to leave. Watch. 869 participants, they're all going to be gone. You watch.
Oh my God.
why they're supposed to leave. Why would they stay? I'm confused why it's a thing. Why is that a big deal?
What a shocker! You're confused.
Aren't they supposed to leave after it's over?
I'm confused.
So that's messed up. Remember, I was just talking about how.
I'm confused.
Wait, if you're not allowed to live stream it, how does a long crime get the privilege to do it? They didn't. They were just going to do it illegally, I feel like. So they got in trouble. So they got kicked off.
Wow.
I was wondering because the law usually shouldn't be. If it's a law, if it's a rule, like they're not going to be like, oh, well, you could do it long crime, unless if they have their own.
Fucking
sometimes they'll have their own cameraman, or they'll just get the privilege to be the only person.
She put it together, y'all.
To be able to live stream or whatever. But when it's like through like a
WebMX, let's give her a round of
and
applause.
stuff, like they did Letitia. Long crime went into the WebMX just the same as any. Like I went into it. I didn't live stream, but I would go into it and watch it myself. Like anybody that got a link could go into it, just like anybody else. So they were able to do it. But there was a rule, like I was saying. If you go in it, you can't live stream it. But I was thinking, oh, well, maybe long crime somehow got permission where they can. Well, it sounds like that they can't, and they figured out that they were going to live stream it, so they got kicked out.
Genius.
But I wish they would have updated. They should have said something, and they should have realized that they were not going to get special permission, or maybe they should have asked them, like, hey, are you going to let us live stream it? If not, the rules are very clear, because I've been in a
rules are very clear.
It was very clear
Now.
When they put those rules up. It's very clear.
4 hours
like
later,
there it says you cannot live stream this, but you're able to watch it. Because I was in a couple that said that where I couldn't live stream it, where it's really clear. So I'm wondering why they were under the impression that they were going to be able to live stream it. That's why I'm a little bit confused. Did they not read the rules, or did they just think because they were law and crime they could do it, or were they told something wrong? I don't know. But nobody was able. You're not allowed to. They'll probably have screenshots. I mean, I bet you they'll have pictures. Like, when articles come out, I bet you they'll let like some kind of pictures. I'm sure. I could see like somehow them letting that go. But yeah, that's crazy, man. I just figured, man, they must have some kind of special permission, but no, they were gonna do it without. Like if they could have had a legal one or something, they would have, because they say like they usually like list out like what could happen to you. So if they would have done it without permission, and then they could have got like a charge. I just thought for sure if they're gonna put it up, that for sure that they had some kind of special permission. No, you can't. They can't even do the audio. You can't do audio either. You're not allowed to. So they could. I wish they would have said, "Hey, we got kicked out. We're not allowed to live stream," or they would have read the rules and realized that. But no, you can't do audio or video. You can't. The rules are very clear when you get into those type of things. That's why I was really confused when Long Crime put that up, and then I saw like that dad guy. I saw a couple channels, and I'm thinking, wait, how are they going to go in there and live stream that? Because you're not allowed to with this one, but it makes sense. So that dad guy or whatever, dad podcast, he wasn't planning on live streaming. I guess he was just planning on going in and then relaying it, I guess, the whole time. But Long Crime thought that they could do it. I don't know. I wish they could have. I mean, I was hoping that because it seems like if you got money and
I feel like her stream's about to pick up right now. It's totally about to pick up, y'all.
They just got some
ready?
Kind of special permission.
Here we go.
Yeah, they don't look like it, guys. The law doesn't. I don't want to say all the time. I was going to say the law doesn't.
My bad. I guess I'm wrong.
Wait, how it's to put it? Like, doesn't matter like how much money you have, who you are, how much power you have. But that's not true. The law.
My bad.
You can get away with things when you're powerful or you have money. So that's not necessarily true. But no, I love Long Crime. So besides. I don't know. I feel like they did kind of jump on the bandwagon with what happened to me, but I still like them. They're one of my go-to channels for all the trials and stuff. So
let's get that brain working. Come on, you can do it.
But the thing is I wish that we wouldn't have to go. I wish that they would give like any media access to certain trials, but they don't. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes they just give them access to it. So. I know. I wish they would have. Yeah. I know, alibi. It's crazy. Yeah, they are. Well, it was funny because, like I said, with the Letitia case, you see that when they're going through like when you go into like WebMX and you set up like when you're allowed to live stream it, and you set up like, because like I said, I was in there. I didn't live stream it, but I would go in there and watch it. Like you would set up like you would go in there and like you could like change like the settings of like who you want bigger or what, because they had like 3 cameras for Letitia. You could move them around and make one bigger, make one over here, and you could do it all within WebMX. Well, like when you saw Law and Crimes live stream, they were in the same freaking stuff as when that I was in. You know what I'm saying? It's the same. They have the same stuff. They're doing it the same way that we all do, for the most part. Besides when they somehow have like, they're so big that they have like people everywhere. That it's, for instance, if it doesn't, a trial isn't through WebMX or isn't through a way where any of us could get it like that, a virtual way, then they have like, somehow they're there and they have enough people to go in there and get the media access to have a cameraman in there, or to get the access if the like have one set camera and to get that access to be able to stream it. You know what I'm saying? So they do, because they're so big and they have people everywhere. So they're able to, you know, like us people that have just, or one person that have these channels, like how I can't be all these places and be able to do all that stuff.
Leslie
'Cause I'm only
Kohler,
one person.
I
can barely
think I
keep
hear
up
her
with what
shower
I
coming.
do, you know?
I think I hear her shower.
Well,
Hold
it's
on,
a big
hold on. You
company.
ready?
They have tons of people that are networking and going everywhere to be able to do it. But yeah, oh, yeah, it's crazy. I wish they would have said something. Man, I was really hoping. I wanted to see.
There's her shower.
Anyway, I wonder if they're, so I feel like the rest of the court hearings are going to be the same. You're going to be able to go watch it personally, but you're not going to be able to, and they're probably going to let so many people in. So there's going to be like family matter. You know what I'm saying? You have to be first come, first serve type thing. And they're not going to let us, I don't know if they're going to make it where we're able to see it. But I just wonder, because sometimes you won't be able to watch something live, but sometimes the news channels are able to replay it after. So let's not lose too much hope, because you never know. Maybe they're going to be able to replay it. I don't know. I can't tell you on that. Because it's different to live stream something compared to like, you know, a replay type thing. So maybe somebody is going to had a camera on that replay. I don't know. We'll see. But I feel like if not, then they're all probably going to be like that. Well, we're not going to be able to see any of them.
Bro.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Me 12-step 01. Like, yeah.
Jesus,
I didn't hear about that. It's man. Conversion camps, places they send these women kids for punishment. I've lived here my entire life and I witnessed it. Well, remember that they sent the oldest son. They sent him to some camp. Was it a conversion camp? I don't remember what they called it. But if you watch some of the
it wasn't a conversion camp, bro.
Clips. Was it on some of the 8-passenger old clips where they said they were sending him because he was acting up, or what was that? Did that just come out as like a news? I can't remember, but they sent him away to some camp. The oldest son. I mean, this was years. I don't know how many years ago. This wasn't right now. This was like years ago, I guess. But before he was 18.
Shut your fucking mouth! No problem, Charlie. Shut the fuck up, you cunt! Shut it!
Wait, yellow in prison code means
I'm retarded.
low risk. Pink means humiliate and shame. Are you serious?
Oh, Leslie
wait,
Kohler
so-
gifted 5 memberships. Thank you so much, Leslie Kohler. Whoa, yes. Yes. We very much appreciate. So, Cat in the chat. Somebody else already won handle of the day, but you come in second. I like that. Cat in the chat got a membership from Leslie Kohler. So did Trace, Phoenix Rising, Punkette, and Unsocial Butterfly. Congrats, guys. Thank you so much, Leslie Kohler. Appreciate that.
So Ruby had yellow and Jody had pink.
Wow.
Oh, it was. That was Chad. It was Chad Frankie. God, I keep forgetting to say Frank. It was Chad Frankie, Jen. It was. Is that what you mean? Hold on. I had somebody took a screenshot. Hold on a second.
It wasn't Chad Frankie. It was not.
Let me see if Chad Frankie. It had his name. Hold on. I'll show you.
Yes. We know it was Chad
Somebody
Frankie, bro.
screenshot it and put it in the group.
Who'd you think it was?
And his name is John C.
And then I'll email myself.
No, it was not John Cena.
Yeah,
It was
I'll
Chad
show you.
Frankie. It was Chad Frankie.
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
I know, Ron. I know Ron Burgundy.
Twat.
All right, let me see if it was sent. Hopefully it works. 1 second. I hope I sent the right thing. I couldn't see what I was sending. I just guessed. Oh, wait.
All right, we're done with you.
Ooh, you suck.
Hold on 1 second.
Fuck out of here. Hold on, let's see. See what this dickhead's up to real quick before I raid his shit.
As the glare would say, and understand the struggles that you would
don't talk about what the glare would say, fool.
But it was very real and genuine, and I hope everything's fine. And I wish that I looked like the biggest douchebag on the internet, overreacting here. I rather have that.
Morbid's being serious now. I'm gonna feel like shit because I was fucking with him.
Yeah. Anyhow, I am unable to pin shit in the comment section for some reason because YouTube is being really weird. So let me see if I could pin the StreamYard link. But I want to give it some time because I do want to go over. I don't know, how do you transition here? But we have to. This is life. You have to move on somehow, some way. I'm not saying move on in a negative way or not. I'm just saying we just have to keep going. And that's my advice.
I was hoping he was in a silly mood and then I could just kind of troll him a little bit, but he's transitioning from serious to silly, and you know, Morbid's my homie, man. So I'll probably kick it with him a little bit while I'm over there. So if you guys want to have some laughs without any limits, no limitations to Morbid's humor. hence the name Morbid. So if you guys just want to have some silly laughs, he doesn't cover crime cases or anything like that. He just, he just dicks around a lot, and I have fun in there. So if you guys want to head on over to Morbid's, I will see you over there. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up, guys. I love you guys very, very much. I had a lot of fun with you guys. And we will do this again very soon, my friends.